Do you
Yeah.
meditate?
Probably not as much as I really should. I have some education in a couple of different meditation traditions, though, and they're different. One of them is a very strict sitting meditation, and I don't actually do that very often. But another one of them is not like that, and you can actually do while you're just walking down the street, or you can do while you're being interviewed by somebody over the internet. And so that one I do more often, I would say. Maybe not for long stretches, but
How does it work? Do you?
I couldn't do justice to it right now. I would say, okay, let me try to give some answer so that I don't totally dodge. Okay, so it's a very simple meditation, honestly. So like if I'm talking to you, we're hanging out, and I say, hey, don't answer me from memory. Just honestly check the answer to this question and then tell me. Are you a conscious being or not? Like, do you have conscious awareness or not, right? And then you check if you do. And then you tell me the answer, which, I don't know, what's the answer? What would you say?
Maybe sometimes. I don't know.
Maybe sometimes?
Maybe sometimes.
Do you have, so sometimes people make a big deal out of this, but like if you have an actual experience right now, right?
Yeah.
Then the answer is probably yes.
Yeah.
But so the point of that, though, is, and this is something everybody can do at home, the point of that is there's a thing that you do to actually check, right? You maybe get quiet for a second and look and say, like, what? Mm-hmm. And it puts you into a certain mode of regarding your own experience. And you can actually go very deeply into that mode, right? But that exercise of being asked that question and answering it for yourself is just a very simple way of showing you where that is, right? And then you can go very deeply into that and say, what are the properties of conscious experience, right? And like not necessarily logically thinking about it. You could logically think about it later when you want to, talk to somebody about it or something, but just to observe, right? And that's a very useful thing to do, we'll say.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah, I try to meditate every day, but in a very different way. So probably this annoying thing where you try to sit and then try to don't think about anything and try, yeah. But it's really difficult, but very useful. So I don't know. For me, it absolutely helps me to stay concentrated for the rest of the day and be a little bit more calm. So what does it give you, or what benefits do you see when you're doing that?
Okay. I certainly in life have gotten many benefits out of it, right? I would say that I definitely, when I meditate more, I have a much improved mood. I'm better at solving problems. I'm better at like dealing with other human beings. So I obviously should do it more than I do, right? But I always find reasons not to. At the same time, though, that's not the reason I do it. Like benefits in everyday life are nice, but they're not what is that important to me, right? Like what's important to me is understanding the universe that we live in, and meditation is one thing that can help with that in a very serious way. And so that would be why I do it. And that's kind of more of a long-term mission statement, right? Because at any given time, it could be hard to say what progress you made on that long-term mission statement, right? But at the same time, I've had big personal surprises, like especially this kind of meditation I mentioned where you notice things about your conscious experience. It's very powerful. And there are little variant exercises that you can do that end up being very powerful. And I've had lifelong changes to my personality that happened in 1 second from observing something and saying like, oh, wow, okay, that's that. All right.
That's brilliant, yeah.
But if I go meditate, I don't do it in order to expect such a thing because, I mean, A, that's a great way to ruin your ability to actually meditate. But B, if you know what to expect, you're probably limiting your possibilities to something a lot less interesting than what could potentially happen. Right?
There are some questions in the chat about that. If you have any reading tips about that, or is there any
about meditation stuff?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily recommend trying to learn from reading because it's just very easy to interpret the words in a book the wrong way and to start doing things that are totally wrong. So I would recommend doing real life instruction. That's probably hard in many parts of the world right now, but maybe just videos or something. It's just a better form of communication for this.